your bill.
You did?
Oh, you're saying
I-
that's the only thing about it.
I've done, we gotta go to speaker. on-
Yeah,
Oh,
speakers,
Bruce
you
on
can-
Wednesday?
No, yeah, we can't
Yeah,
hear.
brought my
Yeah,
phone.
that was
Crashed. I got
I don't know, but.
I know, it's just what I was wondering.
I don't know if we can do this or not.
He can see and hear us. Did you get my voicemail?
Listen to it.
Hey.
Just have the equipment, you were getting someone on there. Couldn't get that.
We don't think I could park it. I guess.
Real tough.
Yeah, so let's go for it.
There, Phil. I'm here.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, IT. Yeah. All right, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. 13 minutes late. Sorry about that. For anybody that's trying to watch us live or in the audience. We have member Bill McClanahan on with us now, so we'll get to go. And Ruth, if you wouldn't mind picking us up.
Yes, if you'd like to, please join me in a short prayer. Heavenly Father, bless us today with the peace of your presence. Thank you that you truly know our every pain. Comfort us with the steady beat of your perfect heart and settle us with your eternal love. Please speak the truth into our hearts right now. You know and you see all. Please take away our confusion and give us strength. We are not in this alone as you walk with us every day. And how humbling is that? Amen.
Amen.
And let's pledge to our flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ruth. You're all. Usually call a meeting to order. First meeting of the year, we always kick off with an election of the county council board officers, president and vice president. So at this time, we'll open the floor for any nominations for president.
I'd like to make a nomination for Dean Caruso for president.
Any other nominations?
Both the nominations.
A second.
I will second that.
Okay, take your right hand. Thank you all for your confidence. Appreciate it. It's an honor working with
Thank
all.
you for your leadership of the Lawrence capabilities.
Is there a nomination for vice president?
I'll nominate Christina Kress.
Any other nominations?
Did the nominations be closed?
Okay. All those in favor, raise your right hand. 7 and 7.
Will we get along?
Thank you all for that.
We always get along. We never always have to say.
Go ahead. He's gonna say.
Yep.
You can over that.
Yep, so we're gonna just state for our first meeting that we follow Robert's Rules of Order. Of course, you all have been here now for a year, so no longer any newbies. And the Rules of Order is for small groups. They have different rules you can follow. So it's the same as what we've been doing. Okay. All right, and first on the agenda then would be Kim with our appointments.
Great. This is an off year for you guys, because normally you will be doing once every other year, but I had a retirement, and I have a new member that I need to replace. So I have found an independent candidate, Jerry Holton. He is very active in the real estate, broker, owns his own company, sits on the MLS board, and he's willing to step in and start. My first PWR hearing is actually this Thursday, so I'm gonna step right in and get his feet wet.
Yeah. Very good. So before you, you have Pat Monroe and Gary Holt. Anybody further questions of Kim of this?
Make a motion to approve the appointments.
I'll second that.
That was Ruth.
That was for both Pat and Jerry.
For both Pat and Jerry.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Bill, you got a vote out there, buddy? Rose on it.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Yeah.
Get with me after the meeting about possibly if they're able to come in doing them tomorrow. It's up to you whether or not you want me to do that.
I did check and it is acceptable for a deputy, a chief deputy to do it.
Oh,
I've already checked with my clerks, and they are both busy until Thursday as well. So if your deputy is able to, I can have them do the swearing in.
okay.
That's something maybe you need to check.
I'll go check them out.
Okay, thank you.
They have to be sworn in by the auditor.
Oh.
But it's for 25, so.
Sworn in, not sworn. Morning, Chip. Morning. Sorry, actually, we're right back on time with you now, so we'll get it.
I have additional appropriation for us to meet our salary ordinance adjustments with 5% pay raises across the board.
You're all okay with items 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna have that throughout here on everything that wasn't advertised, the 5% over up to what we adopted. Okay. Anybody have any other questions on that? Not accept a motion for all 3.
Make a motion to approve the 3 additional appropriations.
So,
I'll second it. Okay.
good. So, okay, raise your right hand. 7. Awesome.
Thank you.
Updates?
Updates, I provided you guys an updated 5-year budget for funds. We ended up closing our books for 2025 in good standing with all of our fund accounts. And underrunning several accounts or several projects that we were able to close up. So that's kind of a forecast. 1135 looks really good. We're on track for funding our bridge for next year. Bridge 37, that replacement. Again, we're trying to push for 100% construction costs on that for through federal aid program. If we do meet that requirement, then we'll be able to move forward with an additional bridge project. Funding that, moving it forward a year. On our 1169, which is our local road and street account, we end up underrunning that really good. Did a really good job managing funds in that. And I'll be back to you next month, hopefully with this additional, because we've closed our books. I request to move $133 from the local road and street account into 1173 so we can do additional road work. 1173, the funds that I show you actually reflect that proposed changes that we would like to request next month. Just didn't have time to meet all the scheduling deadlines of closing books and seeing where we're at with the contracts. But hopefully, nothing goes well in the agency 1173, we can appropriate an additional $150,000 into road repair and maintenance. So we can do additional road work this summer. That's all local money for local projects. There is talk about an additional call for community crossings. So we're still holding on to our community crossings match in case we do an additional call. We'll go back after funding Old 27 from Angold through Pleasant Lake this year. But we're also supposed to go to bid on our trail project this spring, and we go to bid for a roundabout in February.
That roundabout. Chip, sorry. The sheet you gave us said construction year 2032.
Oh, that's my 10-year program. I'll be talking.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at 2032, it's a construction year to reconstruct County Road 100 north from the roundabout to main gold limits. So the other thing on 1173 or major move or major, speak right one time, MVH restricted account. I did reflect that in 2027, you're supposed to see an influx of direct lane mile distribution from the state. So when the state changed the funding formula last year, they took some money out and said for communities that have wheel tax come 2027, there's supposed to be a direct lane distribution, lane mile distribution to those communities. So we're eligible for that. So based on the information we received from Indiana LTAP and State House, we could see anywhere between 700,000 up to over $1 million in additional funding that should go into 1173. Okay, so that 10-year program is based on when we receive that additional $700,000. What do we need to fund grant projects going forward? Because right now, I don't have additional funds to go after additional grant projects. So I show that as an additional revenue in 2027 for 1173.
Can I ask a question before you move on to that? So that is, so we did our legislative call last week and there's talk about them going back and revisiting that. For us, it's best for it to stay the way it is.
Or an increase.
Of course, increase, but not go back to taking less direct distribution and going back to more community crossings.
We'd have to see how the funding formula folds out. So when they, for lack of a better term, so the last 2 years, 25 and 24, they had increased community crossings to $1.5 million instead of the $1 million available funding. You still had to match, so we were matching at 25%. So we were close to a $2 million project. It's more money if you get the grant. When they changed everything, they restricted the power. So then we went down to, whereas before it was however much money came into it. So most communities were getting the call. So last time they had some $300 million of projects in the call and only $100 million available. And we're in the rural call part as well. So then there's only 50 million available in the rural call. So it was very competitive. Not everybody got the grant. So if you get $1 million compared to $700,000, it's $1 million more, but you're not guaranteed to get to $1 million.
We're guaranteed the 750 moving forward. It allows you to plan better.
Well, you just need to know what you're getting funded, right? That's kind of the problem right now. We don't know. We're told that right now the minimum is 700,000, and we can still compete for community crossings.
Yes.
So that could be better. I don't know what the alternative really is, assuming it's less. Usually they'll offer us more money. I kind of like to know what I'm getting for a year. So without them actually showing us money, they haven't shown us. I have no projections. I didn't even know they were talking about this change.
They just talked, it was just a minute.
So they don't show any money. I don't want anything to change.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. You just know more than I do when it comes to that world, so getting your opinion helps.
Stability is key. Consistency so we can actually plan. Otherwise, it's hard to get work done because typically it takes 18 months to deliver a local project, much less a federal aid or grant project. Typically have 18 months to 2 years worth of pre-planning before we even go after a grant. And that grant projects takes 5 to 6 years to deliver. So the instability of the last year hasn't helped project development. So moving into 1176, again, we underran our budget, which is what we're trying to do. with an adjustment, we did end up splitting the mechanic position, so we ended up having a mechanic line item, now we have a lead mechanic line item, and mechanic line item. So I can make an adjustment there. And then we can look to put back some funding into our road repair and maintenance, in that 10-year, 5-year budget I showed you includes those proposed changes I'd like to make next month, which are just additional appropriations. So we can fund this year's road program, which I believe I sent over a draft of this year's draft road program. Just the map. If you guys
The
have
map
any
is so
questions-
helpful.
if you guys have any questions, comments, take that. We did open annual material bids. The last commissioners meeting, I have provided the thing for the commissioners. Meeting coming up. We didn't have to reduce anything. I actually was able to have a couple of projects we would call Band-Aids until we can get them reconstructed through a grant. It's 100 north from the roundabout to the city limits. I'd like to do a Band-Aid project on that. The 100 east from 200 north to 20. Because that road needs completely reconstructed as well. I need to hold it together until, like you noticed on the 10-year plan, 2032 for 100 north, if we get the grant project, and 2037 for 100 east, get grants. So I need to do a Band-Aid on it until that.
Chip, in our packet here, we have the Indiana grant request. It's in your digital packet, guys. It's not on your agenda.
I missed out on the agenda, my apologies.
It's $11,484 reimbursement request.
It did go to the commissioners on the 22nd. It's requested.
How the earning Indian grant works is
No, this is request to apply for it.
apply for a grant. They have to approve the job description and do the Earn Indiana grant applications. Then you have to hire a eligible intern for the grant. So they have certain things, criteria that they have to meet as well. I have found an intern, he meets the requirements for that grant. And then we pay them whatever hours they work, they make an hourly rate for hours work, and then we get reimbursed for half of what we pay them. So the grant request would be up to $11,484, which is what we budgeted, or half of what we budgeted to pay an intern if they work all the eligible hours. And if they don't, we don't pay them, we receive less.
Why does this say grant year 2025?
Because I filled out the application in 20.
Okay. It was just like, it says it
And then I
starts in
missed that.
26 and ends in 26,
And then
and
I
it says 25.
And I actually missed that down there. That's mine.
A motion.
I filled it out in 25, started the grant application in 25. I missed
I figured there was some.
moving that date down.
You can correct that in the motion.
It's for 2026.
Kara made a motion on the grant.
I will make a motion to approve, and my screen went free. What does the company say?
Earn Indiana grant.
The Earn Indiana grant for 2026. I will second.
Okay, any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. Go ahead. You? Coming down to you? No, just me.
Just,
All right.
I have another
Yeah.
question. I noticed when I was comparing, I compared the end of 25 to the end of 23 to just kind of give myself an idea of where we're at in funds. Your 1135 and your 1168 were pretty healthily less than they were in 2023. Was that expected because of
Yes,
how we
because
decided
went
to?
after some bigger projects. So we had a cash burn. So also redistributed how we did our cash balances. So State Board of Accounts prior to that time had allowed us to basically have the cash balance. For lack of a better term, we had a cash balance in one account, and 1173 went up and down. So to meet State Board of Accounts requirements when we went through our audit, we redistributed all the cash balance. So we don't. So instead of saying we have this huge cash balance in one account, we now have more consistent cash balances across the 4 accounts.
Oh, okay.
And then we can cash flow on a big project.
I knew that we had talked about cash burn in there. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the target that we had.
Yeah, because we were saving. It's how we had funded some of those grant projects, 200 North. That's when 200 North hit. We had been saving that money. And then when 200 North hit, we paid out. So it looked like a huge cash burn, but we were saving it for that project. And then it dropped us down.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Chip.
Is there any questions about the draft 10-year grant projects or federal aid grant stuff? What we would like to do, it's all funded off that proposed $700,000 a year distribution from the state. I'll have something like that hopefully in the future for bridges and small structures.
Well done.
Thank you.
Chip. Okay, from the prosecutor's office, we have a guest speaker today. He's napping right now. Hi, Nicole, how are you?
Hi, good.
And we're here with the same thing, dude.
Yeah, just bookkeeping. Additional for our pretrial diversion fund and our 4D incentive fund. Pay wages for the 5% increase.
Okay. Taking those together, that's the way it shakes out. 4 cents in the line. Correct.
And I make a motion for both of those. Next, yeah.
I'll second that.
Any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, raise your right hand. 7. Thank you. Stay warm.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Pray that it all goes well today.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is our surveyor. Room, but this is another go around to the surveyor market compensation, $4,054.22. Commissioners are asking us to finally approve. So we had a lot of discussion on this matter. It's obviously important, so
Is this a meeting?
bring it to us again.
Let me pick up a form.
Have discussion or accept the motion.
So it was approved in December. The total was approved. I mean, you guys can have your discussion, but the total was approved in December. And we can't change an elected official salary. So I just want to put that out there.
It's one of those kind of stuck in the middle situations. Those Steelers wheel songs.
Based on Indiana code, I don't know that we have a lot of options. I think the Indiana code says that we have to.
Mayor shall.
Yeah, or something like that, but I do believe we would prefer
here in the county. If they may, I don't know if there's anybody that we don't give it to. Am I right? Am I wrong?
So the Indiana code reads that,
We have a
oh, I'm
comment.
sorry,
Go ahead, you read the
No.
code and then we'll.
then you'll talk to Rick.
Commissioner, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Surveyor describes and certifies the number of miles of active regulated drains in the county to the county executive. He is entitled with the approval of the county executive to, and then it lists the dollar amounts. So the county executives being your county commission board, they approve it.
Says
It's
entitled
left
to.
to us to.
Entitled to.
And then you guys approve his salary. This is entered as it went in like all the rest of the stipends. If that's what you want, I don't know what you want to call them, but.
Commissioner Shite?
So I've had this discussion with actually the representative to the AIC board. He is a surveyor. And I take it as it's miles of drain and section corners that they do that year, that they physically go out and do. Not that they identify that there is that many in the whole county and they get paid on it every year just because there's that many in the whole county. And he agrees with my assumption on that. My 2 cents worth. I did not agree with giving him this, but was majority rules, so.
I did get a direct call from him, the last time he declined this. A good conversation around it. You know, he's not a certified surveyor and we are paying for those services to be performed. It's not something he's out doing, not that that's the best use of his time anyway, but I'm gonna just, my position is the same, but I'm gonna respect the process that the commissioners are asking us again. We need to, obviously we have to act on it.
Jim called me and I actually told him the same exact thing I just told you, because he asked me why I did not agree with it.
Oh,
Sure.
the reason why, I believe we did, accept this is because, the drainage board attorney, I think, has a little different opinion on that. And so if you're obviously entitled to that, you are, basically responsible for all those markers. And that's why the full amount was given, not just, that was the interpretation by our attorney, so.
A lot of times these do come down to just interpretations, right?
Exactly.
One attorney can tell you one thing, one can tell you another.
100%.
Yeah, yeah. If I was Jim, I'd like that interpretation as well.
And I don't think there's a rule all along the county, like it's,
Every county could be a little different.
Yep.
Advice.
Say that again?
So we followed advice from our attorney.
Yeah.
Shocking I didn't.
Not really shocking, no. Okay. So, a motion, if anybody's willing to make one.
I am gonna make a motion that we allow the 405 work to our surveyor.
Second that.
Eric? Further discussion? Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. 6-1. Christine, is up.
I think it's Christina.
All right, finally cleared that hurdle. And in front of you next, we have Alicia. with, refunds bringing up to
Yes.
today's level.
I do have a quick question.
Close.
Well, who do you?
So we should expand. Yeah, good. We should expand.
It is what it is. This is a one I had today.
No, it was something that was handled in November, but,
Yeah, we'll have to do it in February.
okay, that's
Yeah, I'll advertise that.
and then, oh, yeah, that's fine, okay. So I actually had somebody extra here with me today. This is McKenna Lovemark. She's the Director of Public Health Nursing currently. I have 3 items on the agenda, and if you guys would entertain, I'm gonna handle them separately, just so McKenna can get some experience doing the daunting thing of requesting. Please be nice. I don't wanna scare her off.
I don't think it is scarable.
So this is related to the 2026 salary accommodation for the 5% increase that was decided last year during budget review. I do have 3, 1159, 1161, and 7376. Is it okay if I do it separate?
That's fine with me.
Okay, I'll make the first 2 quick, and then I'll let her hash out the final.
Sure. Here, look at this.
Sorry, I have to give her a little ribbing. For 1159 and 1161 internal appropriations, it would be, 1159 would be $13,908.29. And that would be related to core salaries and fringe. We have a current cash balance. In 1161, we would be looking at $10,708.20, and that is related to free salaries and fringe.
Take those independently on a vote or those two together.
The motion that we approve Fund 1159, we'll do this all separate for the,
I'll second that.
Questions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay. 1161.
I make a motion to approve additional for 1161.
Okay, so.
I'll second that.
Raise your right hand. So. All right.
Okay, sorry. So this is for Fund 7376. It is for our PHN immunization nurse and our part-time employee upstairs. Yes, you didn't hear, so I want to make sure that was right. And then for their fringe benefits, the total would be $4,315.66. And it is to accommodate for the 5% salary increase for 2026 that did not get advertised timely.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, there is a cash balance of $225,826.96.
Very good. Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Eric?
second by Ruth.
Ruth? Yeah. All those in favor, raise your right hand. What's up? Very good. Any other updates, Carrie?
So there are a couple updates, related more to State Department matters. One county actually opted out of receiving HFI funds, so the amount of money that the Steuben County Health Department actually received was increased a little bit. So you'll see an additional appropriation to get that into play for our 2026 budget. And we are just waiting on our approval and our amendment on that through the state. In other big news, I've actually tendered my resignation to the Board of Health January 6th, I'm going to be moving forward with my long-term plans of going to law school. So I will be trying to do that in 2027. We have a transition and a succession plan in order. McKenna is here trying to get her feet wet. She still has to go through all of the interview process and everything officially, but we have the job posted currently, and my last day will be March 18th. I enjoyed my time here, but if I want to be a lawyer by the time I'm 40, I got to get started. I got to stay on track with my plans. And so that is where I will be headed, to the study hall and to lecture then, which I said I would never do, but I'm going to. Yeah. But you'll be in good hands, I promise.
Well, I would personally like to thank you for all that you have done for this county. Our health, our safety are better because of you.
Thank you.
You've been an outstanding person in that position, and we will miss you.
Greatly. We will greatly miss you.
Thank you. It warms my heart to know that you guys look on the health department with fondness, and all I've tried to do was better the health of the community and to leave the department in better stead than I came in. So those were my goals, and I've achieved them, and can't wait to see what McKenna can do going forward.
You went through the whole Health First Indiana thing, which was probably not anticipated.
COVID.
COVID.
And then the funds can be taken back away from you and then give it back to you, so.
I'm getting PTSD right now. Yes. It's all there, yep. But McKenna has been through all of that for the past 7.5, 8 years. So she has a very good awareness of everything that is going on. So hopefully you guys will be nice to her in the future.
Get ready.
Yeah,
Awesome. Welcome.
thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see me again in February though.
That's a good. What's on the agenda so we can see you?
Yeah.
All right. D1.
I don't know how. I am so embarrassed. I have no idea how I'm going to ask you for $2.41. I am speechless. Other than
Current cash balance. Yeah.
Karen, I'm sorry, I don't have any money in perpetuation. I'm sorry, she's gonna have to work it out of her pocket to pay for her, for Patricia's advertised time. So,
Obviously, a little bookkeeping here.
yeah. I guess I'm just gonna have to get my tin cup and get him on the streetcar.
Okay. Anybody care to move to approve?
I move to approve the additional for 1189.
Lisa?
Second.
Eric? All right. All in favor, raise your right hand. Done.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, you're not the only one that's come in with, like, we've had some 73 cents for sticks in my head or something years ago.
Oh, as he said, I think it's the decimal point is in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
I look at the numbers under the commissioner's curve, so they put the decimal.
I mean, it's 24.1 cents. All right. On your 9:55 agenda there, Sheriff's Department, this is additional to catch up. Salary ordinance as well. And this is all within the budget that we adopted, so with this department. Statewide 911, it's $87,717.94.
Ready for a motion?
Yes.
I make a motion to approve the additional appropriation request into 1222.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor, raise your right hand. Done. Okay. Anybody need a break before Commissioner Howard, or should we roll through till we get to the business? Great, please. You mind, Commissioner? Okay, we'll, use on for 10, so we can come back at 10.
He tends to get a little long-winded, I could just.
You could have changed that.
Yeah.
Do it up close. Okay. Many part of
Okay,
it.
I think we're live. We convened at 10 o'clock and, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the commissioners for our delicious little chocolates.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a nice treat to find in the mailbox. And,
Sorry they were late. Sorry they were late.
how about those Hoosiers? I got a shirt to show you. I haven't heard a shirt. We're on a roll. Finish it up here in 6 days.
There's one commissioner that might.
Not the exact, but believe me, if it was the Boilermakers, we'd be hearing about it, so.
I did tell him that during not the last game, the one before, when they're having all the rain, I said, I hope that the weather straightens up because I don't want to hear any excuses. And there wasn't, and I told him, I said it was.
You know, it's kind of like the rest of the, when it comes down to, it's either one of our Midwest teams or somebody else, then.
Mhm.
As much as it hurts.
Okay, Commissioner Howard.
Morning. So let's, if you don't mind, let's start out with the ARPA. Funding 8950. You can choose to accept and appropriate this and use it in your general fund for revenue replacement, or you can send it back to Washington DC.
Man.
Put it that way.
During budgets, we talked about this is what, we would do with it, and, we have to take this action officially in 2026 to pull it forward so that we can spend those line items first before we, reach into our regular insurance pool. But, this is, where it is, but I think it was essential funding for us because the revenue, we've used it for the revenue replacement, I feel, and it was definitely needed with the inflationary impacts of COVID. Pretty cool to have it. So welcome to approve that. Yeah.
Make a motion to approve keeping it here.
I will second that. Christina.
So $30,148.51 that goes for the federal audit piece. The rest of it is insurance, totaling $1,400,222.17. All right, all those in favor, raise your right hand. So,
Are we audited every year
Yes.
around the same tune of money? Every year?
Yeah, so for what that's for, committee, because most of us were involved in that one way or another. We did it the right way. And slow rolling it like we did.
yeah. Okay,
I assume the second item is cleanup.
Clean up, yeah, just like all the rest of them, 5% increase, yep.
so I welcome a motion on that. Cybersecurity analyst wage.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. 7. Okay. How about New Year updates?
I look forward to that. I picked out some highlights. There's a lot more, but picked out a few highlights. So I'll try and start at the beginning of the year and we'll go towards the end of the year. So we'll start out with the ESA from Minnesota. That is ongoing. It's nearly complete. Last meeting that we had with them was in December, and just saying I'm very cautiously optimistic, very positive where we're at right now. Simply put.
Well, that is, that's your hope to hear.
So, yeah, last year, in 2025, we started employee reviews. We did most of those at least once, if not twice, for all of our department heads. Those went very well. I hope you see the same thing from everybody else. I believe they did follow through with that. We did spend those fundings with, I believe it was HPG to have that put in place. Public Defender's Office obviously got open and rolling. 2015, I'm sure you're aware that we purchased a property just out there, 215 South Lane. Future parking, but until that point, we are considering putting it out to the management company to maybe some additional revenue for the interim. There is one other house still in that block that we do not have expressed interest in acquiring that one also. Quarterly Board of Finance meetings, the treasurer have been fantastic. Got a good group. Where our funds are and where they're invested and where our cash flow is. We've had a number, excuse me, a number of discussions regarding the old courthouse and the green space. I believe we've narrowed the scope of what we're going to do, so you will probably see something the council will be involved with that as far as the final decision on it soon. Health insurance. I'm not sure how to actually explain this. Very rarely do you see health insurance go down. However, the actions that have been taken by the commissioners over the last, let's say, 5 years, because that's what I've been involved with, now we are starting to see it. It's not decreasing, but our increases are minimal. Like, we were just debating it, and we had Aaron go look. I thought it was a 1.9% increase for 26. Commissioner Laughlin thinks it's 0.9, but I knew it was relatively low. And he got me questioning it. Maybe it is 0.9. And we agreed on the 0.9 part. We just didn't agree on the 1% part. But instead of going up like the national averages of 8, 10, 12%, we saw less than 2. So some of the things that we're putting in place to keep our employees healthier are starting to show their rewards, if you will. Yeah, it's not reducing it, but the increases are very minimal.
It's reducing the rate of increase.
Yes, which is not necessarily a positive thing, but again, it's still
It is a positive thing. It's a positive thing.
in an odd way, yes.
If you're dealing with health insurance, it is a positive thing.
So going forward, Chip touched on the Pocobachi Trail, so I won't go through that again. Something you might all be aware of that I missed your last meeting. Sorry about that, but I was in Indianapolis doing something else that day. The casino discussion, we put ourselves in front of that. It seems to be going well. We're gaining a little traction on it. Again, the idea, the concept is to review it, not necessarily say, yes, we're going to do this, not necessarily say, no, we're not going to do it, but we want to have all the information before we make that type of a decision. But I believe I was in front of the Senate. Interesting experience. We have set
You did a
aside,
very good job. Sorry to interrupt, but you watched it. You did a great job.
it was, my house experience was not the best, but once I got started, I wanted to roll. Same thing, I think, the Senate, but I'm getting a little more comfortable being in front of the camera, I guess. For this year, 26, we've asked Stuckey to prepare us an RFP for a long-term strategic plan for the 200 West corridor. So that's 200 West, 200 North area. With that moving, that's probably the big one on the horizon, but we do plan on having answers for the courthouse this year also, the old courthouse.
When you say RFP for 200 West, that means the road, the infrastructure of the road.
The corridor itself, what the development of it would look like. So the roads, yes, are we gonna, put lighting, okay, put bushes and flowers, and that would all be part of that. What a future development park might look like. So everything along that corridor up to.
So is it more like with a engineering firm that would say, this is what we would see for that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I was just
And
trying
it would
to.
involve key stakeholders like you, us, whoever else is as part of that.
How we would like to see it progress in the future.
And those typically then give you actable items that you're supposed to go towards. A lot of times those also will provide you with rough budgets for those particular projects. Again, that's a long-term strategic plan, so it's not gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's something we plan for going out towards the future. We'll complete at some point in time here shortly, the ESA with NIPSCO, the Bocce Trail, and the courthouse. Going through some of the larger maintenance items that we've been working on in the jail. We've got a great deal. One major thing that's still outstanding is the central control systems for the HVAC and water and all those things that they do. We're still waiting for some final numbers. I know the sheriff and his team's been working to get that number for us. A couple of ambulances coming up, which we've planned for. Community center, the shoring up of this building. I believe we're in year 4 or 5 this year, 26. So that's moving along. A lot of the other higher ticket items have been pretty much taken care of. Everything else is I'll say normal maintenance at that point. Questions?
When you talk about the old courthouse, are we all also having a conversation about the old jail?
I think there's a general consensus of what would like to be done with that.
I agree.
We do have some ideas and concepts. It's just a question of whether they will come to fruition and whether or not the county can afford to do that.
Okay, thank you.
But
That's one thing we do look at the affordability of it. Because you could do something with that.
you guys have done a great job as commissioners, keeping that plan, keeping our maintenance handled up with everything. And
Well, I think the key to that was probably about 4 or 5 years ago when we finally put a list together. What needs done? How can we do it without bonding it at first? Can we cash flow it? So far, we've been able to cash flow it. We could have probably done it all at once had we bonded it. I think council had put the county in a good place for it.
got a year's payments in on our new big bond.
If we did not use 100% of the funds on that, which would allow us the opportunity to buy additional parking space. And we still haven't used it.
So what happens to that? Is it that you haven't
It
used?
sits there and we can use it as long as it's something that we can relate to the judicial center. But at the end of the day, if it's there, they'll use it to reduce the bond.
Well, they will use it to reduce the bond.
It'll shorten the term of the bond.
So is that anything related to our judicial process the funds can be used for, or does it have to be specifically to that project?
Center. Yep. Yeah, it's anything tied to that building specific.
There was still some space in the basement that we didn't fully develop out for potential additional small courtrooms.
There's upstairs, third floor, there's a
whole nother courtroom.
Yeah, there's an additional, so that could be used to develop that. There's the unfinished space in the basement is essentially storage.
Yeah.
Or docks that you have to keep.
When does that decision have to be made with that money?
Before the bond's paid off.
Oh, so you have lots of time. And it doesn't lock us in with the house that our thought is parking, but if something were to change, lock that piece of property since you used bonding money? I'm just curious.
Could you temporarily use it for something else? Yes.
Long term.
Long-term, yes. To stay within the realm of the bond.
So
Until the bond is gone.
how much room is left in that bond? Unused funds.
I believe it's about 1.7.
And
That's a rough number.
so the cost of leaving it parked there is, you're paying interest on 1.71 million.
And it's also earning interest.
Yeah.
So it has a net.
As long as we don't earn too much interest.
I think we're past that.
Any other questions for the commissioners?
You guys.
We did look that up. It was maximum, what with the loss?
Maximum risk is an increase of 0.802%.
He was right.
And that's maximum, so we could potentially see a reduction.
We had a reduction in fixed costs, but a very small increase for maximum claim funding, which gave us that maximum risks of the less than 1% increase.
So again, those are the things that I know council's asked at it before. I've looked at things here. We've been working on those things. It's just, I was talking to you. These are long-term fixes.
Just like well works and preventative stuff.
That's what it's
Preventative side of
came
it
from.
keeps you from getting to the larger claims in the future. So you pay for it now, if you will, and you receive benefits for it into the future.
Excellent. Okay. You have anything else for us?
I think so. I just missed being with you last night. It seems like it's been a long time since I've been in front of you, so just
Yeah.
but skipping that 1 month is unusual, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to another great year for Steuben County.
Yep.
I appreciate I appreciate what you all have done to allow us to be part of a conversation. It never hurts to be part of a conversation.
Constructive planning.
No one's coming to save us. We figure ourselves out. So I like the forward thought.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
We appreciate that update. Okay, moving into other business. Approval of the second, third readings of ordinance 1061. Yes. We didn't have a consensus vote on that one because, died 3.7. So. Okay. The language is the same. We'll look for a motion for second, third reading.
Make a motion on the second, third reading.
Jared. State the ordinance number.
On ordinance number 1061.
Second that motion.
Oh, go ahead, Renee.
I'll second the motion.
Further discussion?
I like all of it, except that you can get it mixed in the same week as you take vacation. It's the one thing that I would have changed.
Respect that. Okay. Else? All those in favor, raise your right hand. 6-1. All right, thank you for that. In front of you, you have your additional appropriation resolution number, how about this, 01-2026-01. Right here.
I did add for you guys, that was brought up,
They
How
just
the votes
submitted
were?
columns, okay?
so I added that for you guys.
Okay,
And
very good.
filled it in as we were going.
Ellie, should that be 01/2026?
It is 26 on my form. It was wrong on the agenda, but it is correct on the form.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the additional appropriation resolution 01/2026-01.
Lisa?
Second.
Eric? All in favor, raise your right hand. All right, now we're down to the fun work of liaison assignments. I'm going to assign this to the community staff. Packet, you see last year's. Let's start off with, let's take A, B, and C here first. That'll sort some things out. So currently, I think, Eric, your EDC appointment taken in City of Angola. Care to retain that, or does anybody else care to entertain that?
Did they meet?
No,
It's a tough one.
it was. She did, talking to Rita, she wants to get regular meetings going this year.
They said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have a question on that, because when I wanted to be on that, they said I wasn't allowed. Because you couldn't hold two positions.
We did do some research on that, I remember back then, and
Yeah,
it was allowed. But
it was just because it was me.
Understand.
Yes, at that point.
I remember
They were trying to tell
I
us.
remember that too.
Sure.
Because there was no recruited benefit, so it didn't make any sense.
They just didn't want, so I just wondered how that was going.
Same.
As I say, 'cause yeah, June was that, took it that year and they never.
Is everybody good with that? Take a vote on that, is there, is it fine with?
Do we need to take a vote
All
on
those in favor, raise your right hand.
That's true.
Okay. Do it for you now.
We know.
Okay, and then the Region 3A, how many times did you travel down there?
I did two,
Two.
and that's a tough one.
Yeah.
With the new, if somebody wanted to do that, that would be great. Thursday evenings are a tougher one. Good job.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good one to rotate around. you haven't done before.
May I
Yeah.
ask, when I was on it, I mean, it's good for us to be a part of it. I understand all of that, but what useful came out of it for?
I don't,
You feel?
there's a lot of stuff way over my head on that end. Probably,
I mean, I'm on the executive board, so I do represent us there, so, a lot of the other stuff is, that you guys come to is just information stuff.
yeah,
They do presentations.
there's people that write bills and write, that really didn't apply.
Is it a seat we have to fill? Is it a voting seat?
No. I mean, you can put the name down and,
If you're not getting messy with it, you just choose not to fill
Now you
it.
keep on it. I mean, if it'll be ones that I want to make, the ones I can make, but I'm probably not gonna make all of them.
yeah, and I think that's fine.
It's a work night for me too, so.
Yeah, so I'm just knowing I'm not gonna be at every one of them.
I do know this year we are gonna try to move them around and make them different locations.
I was gonna ask
That'd be
that, is it every,
I
easier
don't know.
for Steuben County?
I don't enjoy going to Columbia City on a Thursday night either. Yeah, that's what needs to be
Sort
done.
of in the district. And then I would say, you know, like a lot of our other liaison assignments, some are very active things for us, and some we just review events. You know, just an area. Yeah. Okay. All those in favor of,
That's fine.
anyone want to make a motion? Let me do that.
I'll make a motion to keep it there.
Well, hang on a couple times, Andy.
Okay.
I'll second
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
Ruth? Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Okay. Northeast Indiana Solid Waste, that's Bill.
Oh, Bill, okay.
Bill, is that one you want to keep or pass around?
I'll keep it, that's fine. I've got pretty comfortable with them.
Okay, so we have Bill in that position. Anybody want to make a motion to accept that?
Except Bill?
All right,
I'll second that. That's rude.
all those in favor, raise your right hands. So no. Okay, all right, you got the official appointments. Eric and then Ruth.
It's pretty amazing.
No, just giving it out.
A lot of change.
Signatures coming down here.
In Erie County to get your relief.
Okay.
You need to get your, and never mind, you need to know. The rest of mine.
We have a fresh crop off of the, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Are there any other shakeups needed? Anything not working for somebody, requests and serving in a different capacity?
I was going to offer, if anyone isn't, I've done the park a couple of years, I've done 911 a couple of years, I've done public defender a couple of years. So I'm willing to, it's only my second time with IT and the plan commission and the treasurer. I would like another year with those. I think that we have gotten my start of a feel for those offices, but those other offices, I feel like I understand them. If there's someone that wants to change some of those, so I can learn a different department.
I have a question. Is the ARPA committee officially dissolving? Is it going to continue to meet this year? Do we need to take an official action to dissolve? Good question.
Let me check with Don. Let me check with Don on that and get.
So regardless, that'll come off of your listings. And my list. Okay.
Does the county park?
package. What else the county park can do?
Well, talking with Scott through some things that he has questions on and he's taking an interest in what's going on there.
Really tried, but I think maybe a new. I'm fine to keep it, but I'm fine to let somebody else learn one of our revenue sources.
It's a co-chair position. I only think we need one of us on it.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't have to be two people. So
It
if
does
you
not
wanna
have to
take
be.
it, Renee.
I'll take it. I'll try county park.
And take it from both girls and not be a co.
Is that okay, Renee?
Yeah, or else I can call you.
You can call me if you have questions.
Sure.
Can I have the assessor off of yours? That's an office I've never had before.
You can, I will treat you.
Oh, Kim, you get me.
Lucky you.
Good luck.
Do you want to keep the treasurer and IT?
I have.
Okay, I checked them off. I just wanted to make sure that.
Yes,
Because
I
that's,
have.
those were the only two that you said initially, right? That you wanted to keep if you could.
Oh, and the sheriff, because that was my first year with the sheriff
And the
last year, so one more year with the sheriff. But
Sheriff,
I-
IT, plan commission, and treasurer, you're keeping
Yes.
And
PD.
PD, I'm open to whatever, if anybody else wants to.
Mine, the EDC appointment now is on Eric. That's fine. I've been asked to continue on it, right?
That's good that you're both there.
Anybody else? Anything else?
the sheriff was a co-chair. Who was the secretary for that? Eric was.
Mine looks a little light without the county park, if anyone wants to shift something else to me.
Again, EMS co-chair is a co-chair. We only need one of us. We did that, I think, just for continuity of ongoing things that were happening.
Yes, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be last Tuesday.
Still, it hasn't settled down
I
yet.
don't think it's gonna slow down, guys.
Hasn't settled down. But I'll definitely, just take it full on if you want to take one off of yours.
All right, we'll do that. We'll not make that a co-chair position.
With Lisa keeping it.
Yes. And then, that leaves me a little room too, if someone needs to shed something.
I'm on too. If there's.
Okay, so anybody else, anybody overly burdened on their tasks or wanting something interesting and different? Ruth, you good with yours?
I'm good. And just a reminder that when being a liaison to these departments, it really is just for budgetary questions. We are not there to micromanage. They're departments that are in capable hands of the department head.
Not sure what the council on aging.
Well, we get asked to fill greater roles.
Yeah, we do.
And we
And I
get.
don't know if we should or not.
Right.
Quite honestly, I'm not saying we shouldn't, I agree with you, and I don't know how to respectfully.
Comes off of those two.
I know.
Need to be on a commission, but
Lisa, you still good? Renee? Bill? Everybody good with what we got? Okay, you got it, Hunter?
Yeah. Really didn't move too much around. We moved the assessor to Christina. We had that before. Renee did.
Christine, I swapped.
We swapped.
Okay. And then the county park, yes, I am going to.
It's actually better than.
And I got rid of ARPA, then EDC and the EMS co-chair. Christina got rid of the county park, ARPA committee added assessor. Ruth, I just worked on ARPA committee, she kept everything else. Eric, kept everything added, I wrote down there, I'll add EDC, Steuben County EDC to this list here. Lisa, I have keeping everything except the county park. Renee gave up the assessor but took the county park. And Bill, I have all of his staying as is.
Good.
Match everybody?
Okay. Good job, everyone. Everybody needs also discussion going on. Any of those departments, just let me know. Let's get through the comparison reports next. We'll have a chance to review those. Printed copy on your desk. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Noting the strength in general 911, of course, you're doing.
But no, I mean, I was looking for me, that's the end of the review. That's-
Right. We're carrying that into the beginning of the year here.
That's a much healthier than when 2020, I just arbitrarily picked 2023 was the one I could find. I was looking for 2022, but I could find 23. And we've done a good job there.
My question on 1186 rainy day then, is that number in the receipts, is that what we authorized you to move in?
That's the balance, in looking at the numbers that we moved in there. It should be like 160.
168,000.
So if you guys want me to move more, we can. I know that number's a lot lower than in the past. One of them is 10%, went from 15 to 10%. The other thing is that Ann and I were reading over it again and just making sure we were doing it properly. And it talks about unencumbered dollars also. So if there were some dollars that were left that we could have, but the departments are encumbering them, we should not take those into consideration. So that's the number we landed on. Plus with how cautious we're being with general, I was cautious with that number. So
What about a refresher on what is spoken for out of this new balance?
as far as encumbrances,
Yeah, out of the 12, what's encumbered?
okay, those are all still coming in. I can get that together for you at the next meeting.
What about future anticipation for rainy day that we may have talked about during budgets?
We budgeted 250,000 just to have it there. So that is in the budget, but there are no plans for it right now. It's there as a security blanket.
Because that is one that has went down since 2023. It's down about 840,000.
Yeah. There's another 250, like I said, sitting there, no plans is there as.
Joe.
Oh, we did the road
Mhm.
stuff out of that. And so my hope was that we were going to be able to do a larger move from general into rainy day. I mean, that's a really small amount when you're talking about a percentage of this number.
Yeah. It instills a control of those funds back to the council.
And it can
We
be.
can still have that, we can
Yes.
still do that. Will you get us the encumbered amount of the balance there? Because it's up to 10%, right?
Correct.
Yes.
I didn't understand.
What's 15%?
Of this, we did 15, because we had done, we did 15
We did
years
Yeah.
since I've been here, but we're still down here.
Less than 10.
8, yeah.
Give that some thought if you want that to come before us in the February meeting. Besides the encumbrance amount, we want to park more from general into there. It still remains in our investment portfolio with the treasurer's office. And it just is a comfort level as long as we don't exceed that 10% cap.
I would like that to be on our agenda. You're comfortable with it? If you guys are all comfortable with it. I would like to
Just a
discuss it.
discussion about the additional rainy day. It affects additionals to come before us all year. We have leave room for additionals for general balance. Okay. That was one of my questions. Fund balances on the critical stuff that we look at all the time, or we would anticipate them to be, other than highway department. It's a very managed thing that we're stressed, we're working, with the commissioner's plan, and kind of know why we're where we are with that. What to look at going forward. Major moves still out there for commissioner-driven projects that have repayment attached to them.
Where are we at with the Lake George? How far are we into their repayment? Is it just the beginning?
Just the beginning of it.
Maybe 2 payments or 3.
I just didn't know when it actually officially started to pay back.
I want to say 24. This would be their second.
It would be nice to have a major moves detail on outstanding loans.
Because we completely paid back the Pierce to it, right? And that has now switched and that money is now going into general.
Yeah, major moves is all paid back.
To
Ashley's,
Ashley and Lake George.
yeah, railroad paid off years ago. Okay, anybody else have any lines they want to bring forward there for discussion?
The only one that made me a little nervous is 1138. I'm gonna talk about 1138
We talked about
probably a
that,
lot.
we're in 1138.
We're talking about 1138 a lot.
But, tying that in with what President Commissioner Board has presented to us,
We've gotten a lot done.
we've gotten a lot done. This is quite long, God willing.
I don't feel like that list got any shorter.
Not really the list, it's the dollar figures attached to those line items.
It is. It really is. And, to Will's point, that we didn't we had a lever to pull, and that would be a public work bond. That we have to pull. Maybe you don't have to pull it in 26, so. Not that debt is the way out of rebalancing. I like that we're being so cautious, and I like that we're really talking about cash burn, just because we're 1 year closer to SB1's effect. And we'll tie that in the conversation here about going on the conversation down there with the legislators. Yeah, protecting for the unknown. Good strategy. Okay, anybody care to make a motion?
I will make a motion that we were presented with the monthly financial and the comparison.
Okay, Lisa?
I'll second.
Raise your right hand. So. All right, like the calendar discussion. We don't have 7 minutes yet, so we're gonna push that forward into next month. So the document that you gave us,
The calendar?
the calendar, says 26, but
Yeah.
25 dates on it.
Right, because in 25, that was for the 26 budget session, budget year. So the 2026 budget calendar. So those were all the dates that we met for the budgets
Or 26.
for 26. So now you'll be doing, you wanted to discuss the dates on it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming for 27,
For our budget sessions.
for your budget session.
For 27's budget sessions.
So are you just looking at those in September? Because on the dates that you guys will meet, because everything else, I'll have to look at the calendar. Because it's a little early for me to put that budget calendar together.
I like the way we scheduled it last year.
I did too.
I like moving the county, the regular way in September.
We can do that.
I just want to make sure, one, that those sessions, the Wednesday, Thursday, and or Friday thing don't land before Labor Day weekend.
Okay, everything after.
But that's just my personal opinion, unless everybody else likes that before, so that we can.
We met immediately following the Labor Day holiday.
So you want to have a short week and
and on top of having it where we're not open on Monday, taking 3 days for budget, what does that do to your office?
Or moving it,
And
It helped.
moving them the week before Labor Day week,
Well,
The set like that or the four?
August 26th, 27th.
Oh, that.
I don't know if I can go back that far.
But why can't we go September 1, 2, 3? Or
Just leading into,
So we'll be closed on the 1st, open on the 2nd.
no? Labor Day is the 7th.
7th.
Oh,
He
my
said
bad.
leading in, so leading in
Okay.
would be that week before. We didn't want to do
Yeah.
it the week before Labor
It's a
Day.
week later.
Why?
selfishly, it's about impossible to get both of us out of the restaurant.
True.
in 3 days. But could we do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Does that work for anybody?
September or August 31st, September 1st and September 2nd.
Yeah.
The only reason
Times are really, really hard for me.
I'm hedging is because I have a family event to go to the week of. Well, it's actually, I wanted it to be the 10th, 11th, and 12th of September, but if I have to stay back in budgets, it's gonna not be the best, but
You are,
that's,
you gonna be around on the 9th?
The 9th is totally off for me. It's our godfather.
Could you do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Or is that too hard?
are we gonna give them a lapse in between like we did this last year?
I would like for that, because that worked out very well.
And then gave you a couple days to get things.
So you guys, yeah,
What if we work the 1st and 2nd? Came back on the 8th, because we're moving our regular meeting off of the 8th.
Or will that give you, that to give them 2 working days?
It does, it is the third and the fourth.
Oh, the 3rd and the 4th?
I like that.
So we're making
And then
nine,
move our regular meeting to the
and
15th.
9, 3, and 9, 8. And then our meeting on 9/15.
Our regular meeting on 9th.
Wait, does that hit a commissioner meeting?
Commissioners on the 1st, yeah.
1st and the 15th.
So nice.
What if we met that afternoon? 8th.
We talked about the 2nd and the 3rd. That wouldn't be the 1st. It's just the 8th and the 8th is fine. It's the 15th, right?
Yeah, but now you have a drainage board.
In the afternoon at 2.
So could we do Wednesday morning? Could we do the 16th?
We can always have that Monday if you want.
16th is open. 15th is not.
Mondays are free.
I'm okay with the 16th, if that,
For our council meeting?
For a council meeting?
So that's what's on this sheet, 9/16. The council meeting, 9/16, so I'll keep that.
Okay, you
Where-
gotta
where-
remember,
where's she looking?
she's looking at this.
That's last year.
That's last year's dates. So,
Okay,
it's this one.
okay.
And when are we looking at?
So we're talking the 2nd, the 3rd, the 8th, and the 16th. Correct?
second, the 3rd, what was that other
We're
week?
talking about the 1st and the 2nd. The 8th.
Oh, we can't the first because.
Yeah, the 1st because of the commissioners.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess.
Commissioners
The
week.
second and third?
I'm sorry, I wrote down the 2nd, the 3rd, the 8th.
Second.
Okay, so the 2nd and the 3rd would give us Friday.
Or it's gonna have state funds.
It's got the housing optimum.
At 8, though, right?
Yep, from 8 to 9, so I guess we did like 9:15. Oh, 2 blocks down the road,
What date are you looking at?
the 2nd.
The 2nd, he's talking about the 2nd.
So on the second,
have
it's
to
starting at 9:30?
Yeah, those are. The mornings are okay for Lisa and I, but the afternoons are tough.
And then on the third, did he start at 8 o'clock?
That work?
Do that.
Okay.
So Wednesday, the 2nd, we're at
9:30.
The
Thursday, the
Thursday,
third, we're at 8.
AM
And then the 8th?
would be our normal 9 o'clock meeting. Your regular meeting?
No, our final
Final
meeting
meeting.
of budgets. Can we do it at our normal time?
Did you guys say the 9th wouldn't work? I was just thinking, we do the 2nd and the 3rd, we're gonna have all those changes to make, so we'll have the 4th leading into a holiday with the staff being off. I'm not gonna make them work a holiday weekend.
But what about if we do afternoon on Tuesday? Does that give you more time? Tuesday the 8th,
I mean, yes, it would give more time.
enough time.
Or,
Yeah.
can anybody do the 10th? Can you do it Thursday morning?
Thursday the 10th.
That would be.
If I have to, I'll do it. I was gonna leave for DC, but I
Oh,
will
I'm
stay.
sorry.
It's
No,
okay.
I didn't. No,
I'll stay
no.
back and go after the meeting. It's okay. It's a difficult time.
What if we convened at 1 o'clock on the 8th?
Nine, eight.
The way your
That's
office
a lot.
gave us the budgets this year, I think
It's the
made
final
that
day.
so
It'd
much
be in
For those
total,
first 2
you know,
days.
easier for the
maybe
first 2 days.
if it goes like this year,
And you
we
guys
weren't here
did.
very long. If it goes like my previous
Okay, so
years,
maybe
we were
1
here.
PM on the 8th.
1 PM on 9/8, and then on the 16th, our regular
Oh.
council meeting at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay,
It supersedes that.
I'm good.
Awesome. All right, that'll be our target.
Council on the 16th. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want anybody to have to wait for the holiday.
I
weekend.
totally get it. I totally get it.
The 8th at 9.
Okay,
So we're doing.
good job, guys. Put it together. Okay, has everybody sent back in the annual certification of elected officials to Benton County Board of Commissioners on compliance with county contract disclosure policy?
I'll sign it before I leave today.
Okay, and how about nepotism, concern hiring, and supervision of relatives? You have every scan those in.
Yep, I was gonna say, give them all.
They need those ASAP. You got it done.
Yeah, that's something.
Okay. And there's several other things that you all have.
Can I flip through this real quick? Yeah, I just had a couple things that I wanted to let you guys know. Let's see. We put some unused funds back into the general fund, for health insurance, $353,967.45. We talked about 353,967.45.
And that was the secondary fund, right? We used all of
Correct.
the fund that,
Is that, oh, she's on that insurance. We already talked about the rainy day, the 168,000. We did get a nice chunk of change back, reimbursement from insurance, $19,485.46. So we put that back in, 19,485.46. So it's nice to see those reimbursements come back. Those are the three that I had. Just gonna say, I have a little bit extra there.
If you haven't already, if you have any active balance in your campaign fund, the deadline is next week with the clerk's office to go in and file your form. Okay. Bill, I know you're out of town. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Christina, you want to give a brief update on the Friday call from Rick Ranger?
yeah, I'm sorry, I was late due to work.
Well, I was late getting logged in because they had more login. I don't have a half an hour to wait for them to figure out. It happens all the time. I'm at work running around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I should have brought that list with me. big things. Poor Tony, called him a lot. Did all of you get to listen to the special meeting that they had? The AIC held just for county council members and commissioners about the fact that AIM is trying to do legislation to change the lit balance. They're trying to reduce our portion from 1.2 to 0.7 and increase theirs. During that meeting,
Your mayor sits times.
if that happens, our name is on the list where we do not stay revenue neutral if that happens. So there are two different bills, House bills. I apologize, I should have had those numbers with me. Actually, I have them because I sent them to Tony. There is lots of talk of changing them, but it's House Bill 1284 and House Bill 1259. House Bill 1284, it's a heck no, and a 1259 is a no for us too, but at least that one has a little bit, that one is what they're trying to do, is if we have any unused portion of our lit, that municipalities would be able to come in and use it. The issues that they're seeing moving forward with that is what happens if we need it, and then we're telling a municipality they can't have it anymore. It defeats the whole purpose of what they did, right? The whole purpose of SB1 was supposed to be about splitting us apart, letting it be clear on who is taxing you and who's using the money.
Very well said.
If they bring it back and they put us back in the same sandbox, that's what a lot of people use it as, then we're competing again instead of being separate. So
I think completely separate.
I think it should be completely separated too. So those are big ones. Obviously, another priority is bringing back mental health funding. We're asking that they bring back the community correction funding. The really interesting one that I couldn't believe was a bill is the fact that someone has filed to do away with elected positions in the auditor, the treasurer,
That one's going nowhere.
it's going nowhere. Because it's like,
It's all of them except the clerk and the sheriff. All of them.
yes.
And the coroner, I'm sorry. No.
No, the coroner was on the list.
Coroner was on the
The
list.
coroner was on the list. Commissioners and council would be the only ones that would have, to the other two.
Yeah.
Odd. I mentioned at the end, I think that we have a serious conversation, and I would ask you each to look at, let me put up those bills. House Bill 1315 and Senate Bill 270 are both about townships. The House bill is about eliminating it completely. We don't want that to happen because all of their duties will become ours. There is nowhere else really for them to go. Senate Bill 270 is the one that the Township Association is supporting. It's about consolidation and that the county executives would have a say in who combines, which townships combined, which I think having them part of that conversation makes me feel a little bit more confident than just them deciding on who goes with who. Big one also with Thompson's House bill, the first one I gave you from Tony, I apologize, I don't have the numbers memorized yet. Right now, how it reads is you can, under your lit, add an EMS lit, but a county may not receive the funding. That's how it was written. That's how it shook out through SB1. It was an unforeseen item that is part of that bill to fix. Right now, if we had an outside contract, we would be able to use that funding to do it. But how it's written right now, we wouldn't be able to pay ourselves, which is problematic because we're about half, right, in the state with who has their own and who does not. What did I miss?
That's a good job.
There's also a bill for council, I think, for oversight for the sewer districts that brings that into. So
Oh,
I gotta find the bill number on that, but that's, to have more oversight on the, regional waste districts.
That's key.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, you should have all received your Indiana news. If you haven't had time to read it about what each elected office does, please do. I thought that was awesome. There's just little details in some of that within those offices that you don't think about every day necessarily, and what their requirements are. And yeah, I just thought it was a great read. We're gonna go to her next. One more thing. AIC, if you're, is everyone able to go? Raise your hand if you go. Okay.
Sorry, you, what?
You're going to AIC in Indy at the end of the day.
What's the date on
It's not a train.
27th and 28th.
it? Of this month?
Yes.
We had you as a no
No.
before. Okay.
So, some of us were uncertain about Monday. I just during our meeting today got notice that the governor will meet us on Tuesday morning at 9:45 for half an hour.
It's okay for us to be late to the other class then.
Right.
9:45?
You don't get a grade.
We don't get graded.
That's an excusable absence.
I like my they give you little points for going. My little
What day did you say that was? Tuesday?
Tuesday. I will be there. I'm excited to be there.
I need an attendance of everybody. I have to report to them who's going to be there.
You said 8:45?
So,
9:45.
and that includes commissioners.
If all three of us are coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Can I still get a room on Monday night? Is that still a possibility?
You know what to do with it. We can call and check and see if there are openings there. We may not get the reduced rate because a lot of stuff we booked early, but we can check on that.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll check on that.
We,
Because we didn't have to go down until Tuesday.
Right, but if we're gonna do that thing with the governor,
Push comes to shove, or they can put me in a 2-bedroom. You can stay with me.
oh, that'd be fun.
It'd be like
Slumber party.
Yeah. But I think it's important that you're there. So anyway, I can be helpful. Thank you. You're welcome.
So we'll leave it. I mean, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people with the commissioners. I think that's a good group. I'll just give them, I have to give them everybody's contact information to be there. Okay, so we'll, prior to that, summarize it's a limited amount of time, and if you're gonna get anywhere, you will take a deeper dive on 1 or 2 subjects, to give him details, because he will press for details. And he was very, good about, what the follow-up plan of action was, and then actually follow through on that a couple of days. So we'll pick our maybe top 2 or maybe 3 subjects and be very clear and specific about why we're asking for help where we are, and our attention where we are. Okay? So commissioners, let's think about that and get everybody's thoughts out.
sure we have, good idea.
Yeah. Okay. And then I don't have anything else until we do turn it over to Nikki here. Our conversion, right, our assets.
Yes.
Oh, we did that.
And you had a question?
And I had a question. In 2026, will we be able to have our access to allow? I was very patient. I didn't bother you anymore in 2025.
That is on my list.
I'm still willing to provide
Up
a
until
desktop if needed.
August or September. Well, you'll get the laptops. They'll have the capability.
Oh, they will have the capability?
That was the reason why we did that.
Thank you. I'm excited. I know. Yeah. I like accounting software.
And Nikki, I forgot my plug-in thing.
No worries. I don't have the laptops. What I've been doing is copying all the documents and the bookmarks over to the laptop. So, if you have like your email bookmarks, things
You
like
still want me to drop that off at a later time?
next month, or what we'll do is we'll call you when they're ready.
I thought, oh yeah, I ran it today, no big deal.
Okay, so we're not-
Plug in, I thought,
We're not getting our new ones today.
I have to copy things over from these to the new.
We have nothing for me to copy over.
Because I finished.
Motion, Eric?
I'll second it. Christina.
Okay. Meeting. And anybody that needs to wrap anything up?
Yeah, you
can.
Half the time, I've never used it. It doesn't even.
And.
Yeah.
Yes, mine's been dead.